Hi, I'm Rebecca Gibney. I'm co-creator, executive producer, and I play Lola in this series of Wanted for Channel 7. Wanted came after a phone call that I had with Julie McGoran at Channel 7, and she had suggested that I'd played pretty much everyone and it might be nice to see me play someone with a bit more edge. So I got off the phone and literally it poured out of me. I wrote down this idea, the concept of two women who have nothing in common, who meet at a bus stop and something extraordinary happens, and how they're forced to rely on each other to survive.
Originally, one of the things that we discussed was, it's wrong place, right time, which is that, you have two people who live these lives of quiet desperation and, in their own way, despite the fact that they have a relationship or they have a job or whatever, they find themselves alone. And this event, this terrible, terrible event, is the catalyst for change, in their lives. And although it's, traumatic and a horrible event, it's the best thing that could have happened to them in a weird way.
My husband is a designer and an artist and production designer, and so he and I spent about a year gathering different references, movies, television shows that we liked, working on storylines, plot lines, and then I was lucky my agent is also the agent of Tony Ayres at Matchbox, and so she suggested that we get together and see if they'd like the idea. So we pitched it to them.
Richard and Rebecca had been working on the project for about a year before they came and approached Tony and myself at Matchbox. And so from that point, it was pretty much just green light, go. We immediately saw the potential for the idea. It was incredibly exciting, a show which really took Rebecca Gibney away from any traditional sense of where we might have seen her. And that, for Tony and I, was just so exciting. So we dove right in. I think I went straight home and started, in my mind, writing a first episode. We ended up with a pilot script very, very quickly. And I mean, that's very unusual in terms of the development process, but we just really saw the potential of the show and just wanted to strike while the iron was hot, as they say.
Normally, you would expect, great, we're greenlit to this point, now it'll be a year or two, and literally we were talking things happening in weeks.
So it was incredibly fast. We knew what we had was something incredibly exciting, and we just wanted to get it to 7, get their commitment, and so we pitched maybe 6 weeks after the first meeting. It's an incredible thing to pitch a show with Rebecca Gibney in the room as the co-creator or creator and the leading star, and it was probably the best pitch I've ever had. Soon after we had met with Channel 7, we put together a room with 2 other writers, John Ridley and Kirsty Fisher, who are just both exceptional writers, and we plotted at breakneck speeds.
The energy of that is also reflected in the show, I think. Yeah, there's a little bit of the outlaw in the speed of which everything was being done.
Luckily though, the collaboration with Matchbox and NBCU has been fantastic, so we're very much on the same page. We have a very shared vision and it's very much a team effort. The hard thing is learning my lines and trying to look at rushes and edits and then walk on set and maintain the character of Lola, so it's all-encompassing and exhausting, but it's my baby, I have to do it.
There's some very big action sequences, and I won't give away detail, but I don't think there's really an episode that you'd want to get up and go and make a cup of tea. I think it's a roller coaster, and it's certainly action-packed whilst being character-driven.
I think people will love this show because it incorporates so many cool things that people love about TV shows. There's action, there's suspense, it's really funny, and the 2 characters, Lola and Chelsea, the 2 lead characters, are really recognisable and relatable, but they're put in these extreme, extraordinary situations, which I think people love watching because you love being able to escape when you watch TV, and I think you'll really be able to escape with these 2.
We have crime, we've got guns, we've got drugs, we've got people running away from wrongdoings and corruption, and it's an amazing series. It's got such a dynamic.
I think it's at the forefront of what really great American cable shows are doing. I think you can get attached to characters. They're really well fleshed out characters. I think it's really a step forward in terms of the television we make here, and it's homage to the creation of Becky's and for 7 and Matchbox for getting together and pushing the boundaries.